What up? This is another video update, and thankfully this one I have some pretty good news because I believe that I've, for the most part, been able to figure out what's kind of going on with my sleep, and yeah, solve it kind of, at least for the time being. And it has to do with the air. It has to do with a few things in the air. First is the humidity level. Humidity, temperature, and mold. Really, it's the HVAC. It's the HVAC, home ventilation, and air conditioning question, which needed to be solved because I live in a hot, humid place. It's tricky. So basically, I was being harmed or affected by a few things. First of all, is the mold. As mentioned previously, I was being exposed to mold that was forming on my Uller mattress pad, and that is because it's very humid in Puerto Rico, and condensation forms on the coils on that mattress pad when the temperature is set below the dew point. Well, the dew point is like 72 degrees, so of course the mattress is set below that, so it would form condensation, which developed into mold. And so that was one acute exposure to mold. And then the other thing that I was being affected by was mold inside the AC itself. So I've been spraying that with the diluted vinegar solution on a regular basis, along with making sure to wash my sheets on a regular basis so that they're not, more than normal. It's not like I was going months without washing my sheets before, but just making sure that I'm doing it, whatever, every few days makes a difference for feeling fresh in the bed. And then using a dehumidifier is also very important, because part of the problem that I was having is, so there's no CO2 escape where I was. So I was opening some windows to let the fresh air come in, but that's humid air. And so it's having 80% humidity air come in, or 85% humidity air come in, and then I was blasting the AC, but that just was not working. It was not mixing well. It was not working well because the humid air coming in, and the AC, it was like cold, humid air, which I could not, which is, that's damp, cold, humid air is kind of the perfect environment for mold and bacteria spores kind of to thrive. So I was like creating that perfect environment, and it's the mixture. It was not where I could not breathe properly. So for the past few days now, I have been using a small portable dehumidifier, or a smaller not the large Kenmore 80 pint one, but a smaller one, and that one is a little bit quieter. That's why I'm using it. It's quieter than the Kenmore. So I have that. It's bringing the humidity down to 40%, which is perfect. I still have the crack in the window, so I'm allowing at least some escape valve for CO2. I don't know, in practice how exactly, but I have a couple of windows open that have, so should be allowing some CO2 to be released. I don't have an expensive sensor to test that, so I just hope it's working. I think it is, somewhat. And then, turning the air on low, washing the sheets more often, and removing the moldy sheet thingy, and doing all of those things, I have been able to get back to sleeping adequately, not amazing. Also reducing the amount of alcohol consumption is also definitely, is definitely important. I was kind of in a negative loop where I was not sleeping well. The only thing I wanted was, I don't say self-medicating, because I'd feel so tired. So the only thing I could do to get some relief towards the end of the day it's the wrong thing, was drink. I would just drink some wine, whatever it was, and that would, at least give me some dopamine and kind of give me some, anyways, stop that. And so now things are finally, feeling better. So hopefully, this all works out. Also got my little, growing out this little thing in the back. Anyways, that is the update.